Alec.
Yes.
Alec, welcome back.
Yes. Hello.
Welcome back
Yes.
to Survivor Panama. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
We're here.
Okay. Okay.
We're here,
Okay.
alright. Bruce could not take a deuce. And,
It was a bummer.
um,
I was not meaning that to be a pun, but it ended up being that way.
a bummer.
Bummer, dude.
Classic
That's a
bummer
bummer.
situation.
That's a bummer, dude.
So yeah, that was a bummer, but honestly, I thought it was a fantastic episode. What, like,
It was a great episode. Yeah, there was a lot. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of drama. There was a lot of just good moments of all the different players
the
here.
freaking challenge
Um,
drama, the Shane threatening to kill Courtney. Like,
it was crazy. And Courtney just being like, "Oh, you." It
yeah.
was like that's not the reaction I would have when someone just said that to me. But okay,
No, she pushed back a little bit, but it's at the
she
point where she
did. But it
can't
was
do
more
much.
about.
She can't push
It
back.
was more. She pushed back, but it was more about calling her apartment shitty rather
Yeah,
than
that's true.
that was what she said. She was like, "You called her a shitty apartment. You've never seen it."
Right.
She's like, "It's just an adjective or whatever." I was like, "Wow, this is wild. Survivor's wild."
But
You
like one
know,
of my favorite episodes in a long time. Like there've been some really good episodes, but I think this is a great one. You robbed it of a star, but that's okay.
I did. Yeah, I probably should have given it a start. It was close. It was another one that was like extremely close, which I think I gave
If I
to one of the other
if I could
ones.
give a star, I would probably give this one a star. Well, I would have given that one a star for sure, and then I forget what the other one was really good. Like the Bob Dog episode, that was classic.
Yeah, I think it was 12.5. It was the fifth episode, I believe.
But just like I feel a really consistent season in my opinion, like in terms of
Mm,
entertainment, like even it being basically a pagang to an extent,
yeah, yeah,
it's like managing to still be really entertained just because of the personalities along the
yeah,
way.
yeah. There's a lot of extremely personalities. A lot of
Hmm.
loud, a lot of excitable people here.
Yeah,
So
good job with the casting here,
yeah, they they uh,
and the
they found a
fact they
crew.
all ended up on the same tribe,
Yeah, yeah.
and all the boring ones on the other tribe that happened to lose the battle, which worked out for the season.
It did, yeah. And the thing is like, yeah, because like Terry is probably the most interesting person on that
Yeah.
team too. So,
So we got him out
um,
of there, and
yeah,
that's all we need. That's all we need from
yeah.
Romina.
There you go.
All right. Well, if you're new to the channel,
Cool.
I'm a big Survivor fan, taking my friend here on a journey through the Survivor seasons from the beginning chronologically. It's great.
That's right.
Uh, and as always, you can click the link in the description to see the highlights of our reaction, and then come back afterwards for the discussion. Okay.
It'll be good. Good to see you then.
It'll be good. Well, there you have it. It's episode
Wow.
12 of Survivor Panama. Courtney has been voted out, and
There it is. There
it's
it
a
is.
masterful play by Sari.
That was pretty
Beautiful.
pretty wild.
This is what's known as the 3-2-1 vote. It's talked about in the community for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, it's I mean
Members.
it's huge. It's a huge deal right here. Like how often do you see that? Like you never see that. You never see something like that this late in the game.
She
So
saw like that's something that people don't really look at a lot. It's like the person who's people want to take to the final two. It's just like
yeah,
they might be easy to beat theoretically, but they're theoretically taking that spot, and
yeah. They're
more
taking a
than
spot
likely it
that
would be
I
her spot. You know.
yeah right yeah. They're so she's targeting. She's literally targeting the yeah the she's targeting the person that everyone wants to take to the final two
And
because it will guarantee it more of a victory for them.
she saw her specific
Yeah,
condition to do it too. It's like such a specific
yeah,
like the layout of the votes. You know,
yeah.
she knew Shane was voting for Danielle, and
Mm-hmm.
then Terry and Courtney were going to vote for Aris. So
Mm-hmm.
then she had to steer Danielle and Aris in
And
that
RS, yeah.
direction, and then like Courtney voted that way, thinking Suri would be on her side. Shane voted that way, thinking Suri and Aris would be on his side.
hmm
And
And he thought everybody would be on. Basically, it was just like a
yeah,
done deal that they were going to vote her out. Yeah.
but so they were able to just finesse the vote just right. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
That's it. Courtney.
It's pretty wild. Very creative. Yeah, that's some crazy good because that's like people reading. Like she's really understanding like all of the dynamics in the game. She has this whole time. That's what's kind of wild about it. That's why she is controlling the game. That's why my power rankings have that so stated.
She knows the dynamics, and yeah, she's like actually in the middle of it. Like
Yeah,
she all these other people think the vote's going their way, but she actually knows the vote's going her way, and
yeah.
she knows she has this influence on it.
Um,
So it's like it was funny because even Danielle was talking about it, right. So it's my choice. I'm choosing between should I go with Terry and Courtney,
hmm,
or should I go with Aris and Sari? That's like which two should I go with, basically.
right, right. Like
And
that's
well, it was like do I go with Terry, Courtney, and Sari, or Aris, or is Aris and Sari? But both
right,
both things have Suri in common. Either way,
right,
she wanted
right.
Suri as a part of it. So, but Danielle definitely, if she didn't want to go that way, she definitely could have thrown a wrench in it for sure.
Mm,
So Suri really had to trust that she was more loyal to her in that situation. Because yeah, they had this whole thing planned out with Terry, and Terry was like, well, Danielle was basically saying what Suri was saying is like, well, he wants to take Courtney to the end, right? So
yeah,
she's like, I'm not settling for second. But Terry was like, yeah, let's do whoever goes first and second in the final immunity challenge. Then we'll go to the final two.
yeah,
But yeah, Suri's like, yeah, what do you? Of course, that's what he's gonna say,
yeah,
because like he's gonna be most likely to win, and then Courtney could probably come in second, especially like the final immunity challenges are like endurance or sometimes a
yeah.
balance thing or holding on to something. Courtney would probably be better at that. So,
Pretty good at that. She's a fire dancer. I mean, she even showed herself just today in
hmm
today's immunity challenge. Like she's really good at hanging in there when it
so
comes to like the endurance and strength, even like strength stuff to a degree. So
Danielle was saying that's the most seems pretty fair to me, but then Courtney had to kind of get it through to her. Otherwise, she probably would have just stuck with that.
mm,
If Sri didn't get to talk to her, so
yeah,
it's one of those things where it's like a very specific timing. This couldn't happen any other vote. It had to happen
yep,
now, in the way that it did for it to work out. So she sees that opportunity.
no. And it's really only because the dynamics at the camp are what they are really.
hmm
Like so it's just perfectly played execution
And she
on
brought it
her
to
part.
Aris in the first place.
Yep.
So Aris was like, "Yeah, I appreciate her for being loyal and telling me that they were planning on voting for him."
Yeah,
So then he's immediately on board. So she's got those
sure.
locked in.
It's his only it's his only way of surviving, really, because he'd be
hmm
gone otherwise.
But yeah, so it's another immunity challenge for Terry.
Yeah,
All right. I mean,
boom,
I
boom.
mean, this very specific situation would not happen if Terry had not won that immunity.
Yeah,
We'd be looking at like, all right, we're gonna vote Terry then, and then just like how to work with this freaking idol coming into play.
yep,
But
yep. Yeah, so Terry just would have boom used the idol,
hmm
but
but yeah, Terry, Courtney, and Danielle won that reward challenge at the beginning, and then they had a runoff competition for a car, which
mm-hmm.
Terry won. So Terry won both competitions. Every competition you could win, he won in this episode.
Yep.
So
So here's gonna be the question: is well, if Terry could win this, but he did win the truck,
the curse of
so
the
is
car.
the curse of the car is
Will
it
he
still
break
around?
it or will it stay alive?
Gonna have to see. Gonna have to see. So he caught a fish. That was a little side story this time. That was fun.
It was fun.
Uh, I really like that. Shane found a piece of driftwood that he's pretending is a blackberry,
Blackberry, yes.
and now he's texting people who aren't on the island, and he's like really jazzed about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if he's just playing it up for the camera, or if he's actually kind of losing it.
Right?
It might be a mixture of both.
They're all just okay with that, and it's like, oh, there
Yeah.
goes Shane playing with his BlackBerry.
Yeah.
It's not
A check mark. That means it's delivered.
it's not too far off base for Shane, so it's like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's very true. Yeah.
he goes on his thinking chair. He's still got the thinking chair too.
Yeah.
I want
Um,
mine.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much else. I mean, it was a very strategy heavy episode.
Yeah,
So it was good. It was really good. Very, very cool. I like it.
yeah. They get
Just
the
'cause, like,
challenges right out of the gate to make room for all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. It was good. I mean, I especially like because like the 6 person, like the even votes are always like are a little less like obvious, I guess sometimes, or they can be a little weirder in general anyway. Because I mean, it's just sometimes you're having to two different factions are having to vie against each other, and then that can often be like people are moving between sides and that sort of thing. It's a little less set in stone, I guess sometimes, but that's kind of what made this like that's what made it work.
For sure. All right, so who do you give your MVP to for the episode?
MVP.
I mean, come on.
You gotta give it to Suri. I mean, she's just got a master plan.
Suri Fields. She did that thing.
She did that thing. She did it, and she also caught a fish to boot.
Yeah.
Boom. There's a little cherry on top. She caught a fish. So, yeah, I mean, it was just brilliance, really, all across the board.
Yeah, and she's a pleasure to watch,
Yeah.
So we're down to the final 5. What's your power rankings for the final 5?
Suri. Boy, I don't know who she's really thinking about taking along. I mean, she might be thinking of taking Shane along, honestly. And she said she has a pact with Shane. I mean, she kept him out of this idea. So I don't know if she's planning on getting rid of him at some point. She hasn't. I think she might have mentioned something about like what her plans sort of are for that in a confessional, but I don't really remember that coming up as like what's going to happen. But she's obviously number 1. I mean, it's a little up in the air in terms of who's next. I mean, I like to think that it's possibly Shane. So we'll say that, but it's really all based on a lot of it is based on who she's interested in doing. I think Shane hasn't had his name written down a ton, so I'm gonna say Shane's next. I'm gonna say Courtney, Danielle, Aris, and Terry.
you said Courtney. That threw me off. I just wrote that right in there. I'm like, oh, that's way too many people. Courtney got voted off, so it's Shane.
Oh yeah, it's Courtney got voted off. What am I saying? What time is it? It's kind of late. So yeah, Courtney's out of here. It's not that late. I don't know. I'm tired. Courtney is out. I even have it like Courtney is out, and it's like so. Courtney's next, and then we got okay. So it's Suri, Shane, Danielle, Aris, Terry.
Suri, Shane,
There it is.
Danielle, Aris, Terry. See how it goes.
Next time, yeah.
We got Terry still yet to lose an immunity challenge, and he's got that idol. That's the elephant in the room.
Yeah, it really is. I think isn't next time the last time you can use it?
No,
I think it is.
He can use it up to the final 4. So
up to the final 4,
like through the final 4.
Oh, into the okay. Mm-hmm. So to guarantee him his as a top 3 spot, in other words.
Correct.
Okay.
So you'd have to win this challenge, and then he's guaranteed final 3 right there.
Yeah, that's kind of wild if he can pull that off.
Yeah.
Beast mode.
But I mean, he's been killing it. So dominant.
It's been quite a thing to watch, that's for sure.
But it's the fun final 5 we got here. Great mix.
Really is. It's gonna be wild. It's wild. Been a wild ride so far. So
well, thank you for watching. Sorry if it froze up. It froze up a couple of times in there. So you'll just be hearing us and the video is frozen. Hopefully, you didn't do it too much during the reaction. But I didn't see it until afterwards. What video would you recommend our viewers watch after this?
Um, you should go watch. You should go watch the finale of Survivor Thailand.
Okay. All right then.
Yeah, go check it out. I
And
don't know
then
why. I just it
it's
just it just popped into my
the
brain. You
best
should go check it
episode
out though.
of Survivor Thailand for sure.
It's not. Oh,
It
my
is
parents. So
definitely.
it actually is. Yeah. My
You're
parents
drunk.
have gotten that far into it already, and it was like we almost stopped watching Thailand. I was like, good. You should stop watching Thailand. Don't subject yourselves to it because they were not having a good time watching it. So I was like, well, don't watch it anymore. I've told you already not to watch it.
Yeah,
I
that's
was like,
true.
just watched up to Chien. She just watched for her. She's great.
But the finale is the best episode, so it's like
It
really
it
that's
it
the
is a really good
payoff.
episode.
Like
It
just
is it
everybody
is
venting to the final two, but
it is sort of a payoff, yeah. But I mean, as a season overall, I mean, you can skip it if you don't enjoy, if you're not feeling it, you know.
that's true.
So
All right. Well, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment, hit the notification bell, and click the link in the description for our social media. All right.
all right.